I'm just gonna start now. I want as much time as I can get. Alright. So, I'm just gonna jump straight to the gameplay feed, because there's some context to add here. So, you can see... dude already got his clear in. Good stuff. 35 gear 13 at 3.9? Yeah, dude. So, the big story of this match... Actually, I'll jump back just so you can see the comparison real quick. I have a pretty big mod advantage, but he has a pretty big relic advantage. Pretty much, I have double his mods, he has double my relics. The big story for me this past week has been that I came into this week with a lot of experimental stuff. It's a very, very top-heavy setup. I basically tried to plan so that if somebody posted like the top 6 meta teams right now, I should be able to come out of it with a 60 or near 60 banner average, because I'm trying to get top of rank 1 Kyber leaderboard. That came with problems that we experienced during the week. One of the ideas just was not good. Revan plus Anakin, even Relic 7 Anakin versus Padme, there's just not enough to brute force through that Padme shield. So that was extremely rough. And you'll see there is a attack I already did. Use the counter that somebody wanted to be kept private. Fully respect it. I know it's kind of lame for the stream, but it's not my idea to share. So the problem is I had to take a gamble. And I'm actually pretty sure I can trace it back to one single misplay. And MSMU was showing a 58 banner average over the entire full clear, and this Django attack ended up dropping 52. So I ran the math, and what that means is this isn't over. This is still winnable. But out of every single attack today, we need to end with above 59.2. And there's double Revens here. This isn't panic state yet, but anytime that anything bad goes wrong, we're gonna have to start taking increasing gambles later down the road. And the biggest thing in my opinion here is we don't know what's back here. I'm extremely confident, I would say, that there's gonna be a Grievous back here. The only thing that might prevent that is this. You could argue, I mean, so he posted 60 banners against my Night Sisters, and his Imperial Troopers are not in functioning shape. So, to me, if you go into his account, Geonosians can post 60. Treya, I'm not sure, because he doesn't have Treya unique, and this is a pretty squishy Scion Annihilus, so that's the thing, right? Scion's always going to be ability blocked. He can't go into Hell by Hatred. This feels a little bit dicey to me. And he posted Sith Trooper with his Darth Revan. He actually... No, he did have Sith Marauder. So he could have actually flexed Sith Marauder... He could have flexed Sith Marauder in with Treya and just try to get some extra damage maybe with all the Terminator assists. Throne Lead Empire. His Empire is not in super great shape. Yeah, Ray Trooper down here. I mean, Death Trooper Gear 12 and all that, but like his Stark. I don't know if this was just demodded since Grand Arena started, but missing mods. Whew. So yeah, this is no pressure on this one. On the bright side, the way I need to win is also the thing we were trying to do anyway, but just, yeah, knowing the mistakes that I made this week and the stuff that I wanted to fix. If we can get through today and still be on track, then I should be borderline invincible. Like, take away all the good lessons, throw away all the bad lessons. We'll have a super strong nest to sick on basically whatever team we feel like. But yeah, it's the way we're gonna approach this. I've been staring at this screen for a lot of yesterday. We know Darth Revan's going to have to mirror. The strategy here is going to be Grandmaster Yoda substituted in for Bastila. The reason we're doing that is because we're going to be using Palpatine with Bastila later. We have a Malak who is faster than Darth Revan, so the way that I'm looking at this matchup is we'll put the Dispel we will put the Dispel on Sith Trooper, Ferocity on Darth Revan. Okay. We'll have the 5-man Ferocity. We can potentially control the damage, but we're gonna have to juggle aggro based on if our Malak is taunting or not. So this HK is decently slow. 212. So let's say maybe 227 with 1 Ferocity on him. Sith Trooper, I checked, has both of his Omegas, so all of this damage is going straight to the health pool. I think I'm okay. If he ever even takes a turn, we can lifesteal that back. The other biggest... Man, there... So many good things that were going to come out of this week that I was so excited about. HK and this Grand Arena is Gear 12. And pretty much over the course of the week, I did more arena testing and realized that, like, if I really want this team to come together, I think that these guys are gonna need to be about Relic 3 or 4. Because normally when I play arena, I open up with Darth Revan Lightning, just because I really like having that 10 Ferocity opener on Marauder. It's basically a guaranteed kill. But Marauder's Slings and 5-man Ferocity opener are only about 87k. So, like, you look at their health pools. Game. There we go. Defense, offense, protection here. The Bastila is relatively squishy, but the Malak is not getting one shot. Protection, protection, health. And I believe we had health, health. Alright. Malak speed-wise, he I think is about 300, so he will be coming back around decently fast. The biggest thing we need to decide on, and this is going to be a pretty big choice I think, is who we end up focusing during the Ferocity. Basila's first turn is going to be against a team full of tenacity, so she isn't a damage threat. He's going to be slow, he's going to be slow. So either we start hitting Malak, which I don't know that it feels right, or we just start going after Darth Revan. We potentially risk him equalizing, but as long as our Malak is taunting when that happens, it's actually, I would say, a value gain, because that's a drain that Malak won't get later. I guess the first thing we should do real quick should be Marauder before HK. I'm using the, I think I would actually almost prefer the opposite here. Offense. What am I checking? My mods. 235. Whew. Yeah. I'm so excited for Gear 13 HK. Bump his speed up. I actually really want to get them right next to each other and do a quick stagger there, but just so many holes I would plug. That plus, now that we know General Skywalker, I can spend all of this stuff that I have hoarded. I'm gonna be so strong next week. It's just a question of if this works as designed. I think we can plan as much as we want, but at some point this just needs to happen. I don't know if on paper, I think I would actually, if he's gonna be playing this role, I would actually want this about 322, 323, but just, that's so much speed to steal from so many other places. If I hadn't stolen so much speed from my Jedi training raid today, this would have been such a different scenario. This would be such a comfortable, easy win. Because Bounty Hunter Nest, JTR eats that for breakfast as long as you have Finn. But here we are. Alright. Ooh! No pressure. I'm gonna take the first move, and then I think we can stop and think for a second. Dispel, Ferocity. Alright. The toss... I'm not even sure if the toss will equalize. If we throw here, he'll have Deathmark and won't have necessarily taken a turn. We have this up, so if he drains, we're in good shape. HK, Grenade... Actually, HK being slow here is actually really, really sick. If this equalizes, we're in good shape, I think. Not as strong of an equalize as I hoped. But Yoda Basic here actually might be good. Ooh, that lapping actually kind of sucks. We'll see what happens here. Still a Tenacity up. Her turn doesn't matter. I think in the interest of not getting feared, we could just basic HK. I don't know if we actually hate getting feared here, though. The fear won't... I don't think the fear will dispel Tenacity up. Right, because it should be the end of his turn. I actually don't know that. Order of operations. Let's just get the speed. This might be a misplay. Kept Tenacity. Her turn is less of an issue now. He hasn't been balanced below half, but we are taunting. So I think that that's an okay play. Yep. Don't think we can reduce him, but I think we just go for damage here. One shot? One shot. She just took her Corrupted Battle Meditation turn, right? So we need... This might be incoming damage we can't stop. Not great. Alright. He should be able to lifesteal back to near full, but the shock is causing issues. Not sure if healing here is the right choice. We're at full. He's a lost cause. We need to try to get Marauder a turn where he can lifesteal. Gamble paid off. How long is this shock though? Oh, he didn't take a turn yet. We have full. I don't think that we're gonna get another Marauder turn to get a heal off. Yeah, Man, if we had extra damage on HK, I think this would have been such a different fight. Alright. 53. Still winnable if there's weak rear. I'm expecting either Karthwat, Grievous, or possibly Geos. Oh, hang on. This might give us an opportunity here. I don't hate seeing this. So the idea that I have in my head right now is the vague possibility that Nest actually might be able to do this with Watt. Even despite Dooku's potency. With the Watt self-taunt piece, or the self-cleanse piece. His potency is a problem, but... Alright, time for unknown door number 2. I was actually thinking about this. Shock T, I'm not going to do it here because if we're going to make this work, I think Shock T needs to be there. Actually, let me calculate real quick. Alright, that was a 53 fight, I think. We didn't know how many banners we need to work with. That was 825. Where did the... Yeah, that was 53. 296 minus 53 divided by 4. Alright, we need just about a 61 banner average, so we need to start making pretty big risks here. If we can post 60 here, the biggest X factor to me is going to be the Night Sisters here. This could be a Palpatine Basilisk situation, and possibly even I would maybe say leave it here. Main idea being Spirit, I'm pretty confident. So Spirit's going first, and then Asajj. Spirit should try to dispel one of the foresights from Basilisk on Fallen Lead. Asajj will blow her heal on the remaining foresight, and then from there, we should just get complete control of the match. I also had this idea. Okay. Just put the revive prevention piece on Grievous. Actually, would that work at this size? I was thinking like a full team scenario. But maybe? How tanky are we looking at here? Health, 2 health sets, but her base is actually not that bad. Health. This should be pretty good. So that's a one-shot. R7, I'm assuming this will be pretty beefy. Do we trust our Grievous here? Let's see. If we do this, if Spirit uses special on Grievous, which Watt would give him the gear piece, so chances are actually pretty high that happens. Then, unless Spirit one-shots all of Grievous's protection and calls... Nope, heal up Plague. I don't think that plays. I think it would have to be this at minimum. He can take the heat. I'm not too concerned about that. We should probably just knock the Jedi Knight Ribbon fight out first, just to know where we stand. I was planning to Jedi Knight Ribbon mirror this for 60, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't try to push harder. The plan was Revan with Anakin. Could we just rely on big beefy Anakin getting a huge one-shot? So there's Jolie. So the biggest issue going into today, I haven't really even done the look over on his account. So my plan going into this week was to use Commander Luke against Jedi Knight Revan teams. I pretty much built everything assuming that. What I wasn't prepared for is a Jolie with no additional tenacity. And so, just pure statistically speaking, the turn meter gains are not reliable here. To make things worse, I also haven't really fought GK on the Revan team in ages, so just a couple of things that line up and make things pretty uncomfortable. Also, this Jolie doesn't have crit avoidance arrow, so the odds of Han critting Jolie, it was actually like 50% or something crazy. Like, so in a weird way, the Jolie having more basic mods actually made my counter not work. The only thing I'm a little bit confused about, not even confused, the thing I'm a little bit nervous about here is my Revan is 1 speed less than his. And I'm pretty sure my Anakin, even despite being Relic 7, Relics are not that crazy. When I ran Jedi Knight Ribbon Mirror back in the day, I was all about Hermit Yoda being fastest. Reason being, I could kill Revan before he took his first turn and stop him from using Mark. I could basically just kill him twice. Anakin doesn't have the turn meter gains that Yoda has, so unless, like, if I mark him, then he'll skip his first turn, it'll just be a basic, but then from there we're basically gonna have to kill him and he'll just savior and mark somebody. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. I think I have said this before, but actually, so the plan was to use Shakti and Padme versus Night Sisters, because the way that the recovery mechanics work, we could just get it to Talzin Last Man Standing, and then we just practically just go auto and target Zombie and just let her stack protection back over time and get the team full banners. Thing that has me concerned, and we might just have to say forget the math and go for it anyway. His Relic 7 Talzin will be doing about 32 to 36k damage. So there is a real possibility that she might get one shot. She could be used in Jedi Knight Revan instead. She's got a Dispel on basics, so she would kind of be like a bootleg Plo Koon in that matchup. But that's the real question here. We have choices. So let me think this through, actually. So let's assume, ideal case scenario, 60 banners on Revan. We need a 60.75 average. So what if we get 2 60 fights here? Okay. If we post double 60 here, then we need 61.5 on the two rear teams. What are the exact conditions on his Galactic Republic stuff? So Padme would still resist this. Is he fast? 257, it's not terrible. He doesn't have Zalbar, so he doesn't have the protection regen. $1743. 2033. So the regen piece is actually going on Newt. I think by the end of the day, we're gonna have to come up with a good solution for soloing this. Interesting problem-solving situations. All right. So this is something I actually don't know. Sorry, guys. I haven't been looking at chat at all. I actually just pulled it back up. This is intense. I'm trying to think my ass off here. God, that Sith Empire mirror was going so well right up until it didn't. Yep, I'm a newly recent Wolfpack member. Undefeated in Grand Arena, possibly until today. %50 less damage. I don't think I trust Gen 9 Anakin to one-shot. If we mark Yoda and don't kill him instantly, or before he takes a turn, then he's just gonna pop himself right back out of it. And that also gives them an immediate mark. The one thing I am feeling okay about here is we have a Jolie who is absolutely ready for battle. Health could be better, health could be way better, but just crit-wise, we're airtight. What about Shakti? The biggest question in my mind, so part of the reason why I'm trying to think this through so much, if we don't use Padme here, then we're not using Shakti here. If there's Grievous back here, then we super need to have Bastila plus Palpatine ready, but we could potentially undersize if we use Palpatine Bastila here, so we might just have to gamble. How do I feel on this? If Yoda was about 280, 285, then this would be okay, but he's too... Oh. No, it has to be Bastila first, though. She's 270-something. Yeah. I think if it was 285 Bastila, then she would be... Hang on. Let me do some quick math. I think my Revan was 2... This actually might work out. Hang on. It's gonna be real close. 288. Yeah, there's a 3 speed gap. That's the other thing too. God, there's so many layers to today. This has been so hard to think through. Hermit Yoda, if we want to try to use Nest somewhere, Hermit Yoda is going to be our best wingman for getting her tenacity high enough. So many layers. The way I'm seeing this, I think we have to mark their Revan, because if we don't, their Revan's going to mark anybody on this team. Yoda's going to get 100% turn meter and pretty much get himself on a mark immediately. Alright, topic number 2. Do we use this AoE at all? Because this is another mistake I've been making this past week, is with relics being so strong now, using Grievous AoE causes problem as well. The AoEs are so strong that, like, yeah, it's basically almost an I win button, but if we're trying to get back to full protection... The one thing I will say, the rest of our characters are modded way faster, way more relevant than his are. I stopped that. How many banners do we need? So after that mess-fire of a second half of the Darth Revan mirror, we're looking at 61.5 average needed. So either 2 60s here, plus some solo action here, Now, if I don't get rank 1 this season, it's because I sabotaged myself. Full stop. I tried a bunch of weird shit that I hadn't actually tested before. On paper, it worked. In practice, some of it was messier than I was hoping. Some of it was still really cool. Killing Grievous, a Relic 7 Grievous, without anybody ever taking a turn, that was fantastic. We just moved too much speed to the top. Alright. One last check. I apologize. Or do I? Is marking Basel actually? How squishy. 2637, not that squishy. If I lose today, then there's 0 chance of rank 1 Kyber. It's not even about going undefeated. So the way that I'm approaching Grand Arena is you're not playing against your opponent. You're playing it, like, statistically, if you assume how wide Division 3 is, how wide the roster quality is there are going to be people who get 12 easy matchups. Whether it's just 12 bad opponents or 12 people who post easy defense. So you need to aim your total banner average to beat that. So last season, the banner average to beat was 59.4 for first place. So when I went into this week, I aimed to be able to beat, if they posted their top 6 teams, then I could beat all of them with 60 or about 60 average. I think the biggest thing that also ended up backfiring was hoarding for General Skywalker and trying this at the same time. Alright. At some point we have to make a choice. Get here. think we mark Revan. Alright. This is probably going to decide the whole thing. Wait. Okay, really stupid idea time. What if we just swap now? We could basically emulate Hermodiota going first. And get everybody faster. Yeah, watch time right now, I know. Ask her it. If I had done the math beforehand. What? Why? Why? Okay. Well, I have so many questions right now. Wait, where did it? Oh. That's right, he used basic on somebody. Should've checked. What the fuck just happened? His Revan was 1 speed slower than mine. Mine was 288, his was 287. There is no way my Basilisk should have gone first. Oh, hang on. Oh, because of Jedi Knight Revan lead, it was a coin flip with his Revan. I still would have hated that, but... Wild. Hermodiota basic gives turn meter, so when Jedi Knight Revan uses mass assist, that's 5% turn meter to everybody. That's why back in the day, Hermodiota first was so damn good for me. So if Hermodiota goes first and you use his strategic advantage on somebody, the Jedi Knight Revan lead ability, that's 5% turn meter to everybody. So you could set Jedi Knight Revan to 95% turn meter, Hermodiota basic, Jedi Knight Revan goes to 100%. Jedi Knight Revan mass assist, Hermodiota basic again, that's another 5% turn meter to everybody. And you could basically, like, I ran a General Kenobi at 290 speed. By the way, that missing that protection banner might have actually just cost me this thing. I completely glazed over that. I was so frazzled by it being so easy. Okay, question time. Don't use Ahsoka and Padme mirror? Yeah. His Padme doesn't have any Zetas though. Yeah, I wish that there was more of a streaming scene for Galaxy of Heroes, but just honestly, it's so hard to get people to even respond to messages or like even just accept the chat invite in the first place. All right, thinking time here. Grievous here, love it or hate it. Percent HP damage, high potency control. Grievous could maybe one-shot her. Probably, definitely one-shot her. No Zeta. You're nervous. I'm fucking nervous. Actually, wait, no. Time to recalculate. We're down to 243 minus 59 divided by 3. So we need 61.3 to tie. A tie is actually a win condition here because I have higher GP, so that's possible. He's got Wad Zeta. Oh, it didn't lock. I'm pretty... He's definitely taking your first turn, but that second gear piece isn't coming out for a while. $267. All right. I feel like we have to get X, like, way too risky here. But I feel like it's something that we basically have to do. I think Grievous plus Watt can potentially one-shot that bottom team. It's not about 60 at this point. We need more than that. Just to put it into context, imagine if I didn't steal mods from Ray, and this Django team down here was a 60. That's the difference at this week mid. And, like, it's such a weird trade-off, because, like, being able to cleanly take out Grievous feels like such a huge advantage. Okay. If we can get 61 on this with Sith. We don't actually really need Scion here. Actually, do I have higher GP? You have Relics. I actually don't know. I just kind of assumed. No. How are you Division 3? Oh, you probably just crossed. Okay, so we don't even have, like, we straight up have to beat. Can we 3-man this? Much as I would like to have Nihilus there, we need the speed. I think he's slower than Talzin. Yep. Throne's faster. The zombie taunt is gonna get dispelled by Basilisk here, or whoever hits it next. EPBSF. Nest solo. Adme, Grievous. I'm pretty positive that Nest can't solo that bottom team. Not with Dooku and mission days. I don't think Grievous can do a solo job here. I think this is the play. Actually, this is good for me too. I can pretty much guarantee 61 as long as we stabilize and don't get plagued up. My biggest concern is actually going to be thrown here. $279, not great, but it's faster than Talon. Alright, Thrawn must live at all costs. If Thrawn lives, then we get all of our protection back, just by virtue of Zombie being a thing. I don't, does it, I'm pretty sure, no, you're still ahead of me before lock. I was 3.65. Alright, I think it has to be this way. Actually, that's a good question. My plan was to Thrawn swap to Sion anyway, so the Dispel would still happen anyway. But nope, I think you're right. Interesting. Good call. Fear, swap, AoE, just go into shock, and stun loops. I'm pretty sure if Talzin gets to take a single AoE turn, we're dead. Alright. Whew. 61 of this works. So it gets us in the ballpark. No, Corrupted Battle Meditation still prevents, I think, right? It's the protection regen. Oh no, you're right. Alright, I need to get the fuck out of my head. Let's do this. I think the logic is sound. Risk is high if they take a turn, but should be fine. If Spirit uses special on anybody other than these two, then we're in trouble. Actually, let's ask the audience. Does anybody know? I'm pretty sure Spirit should try to dispel a Foresight and fail, right? I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Yeah, Spirit should try to dispel one. Right, but Foresight is a buff, and the AI is pretty... I'm pretty sure the AI is too stupid to know that Foresight can't be dispelled. Hey, I'm trying to get through this. I'm pretty sure Asajj will actually go after Bastila, though. She's 319, so she'll be 289, so she'll go before Thrawn. But Bastila will have gone already by that point. Alright, we do it. This is for the marbles. Please no bullshit, Spirit. Please do what I told you to do. There we go. Plague landed, which is interesting. Oh, Staggers didn't land. Are we worried about that? Kind of thinking we just... How about he does 100%? So he will... If this play goes to Throne, I'm going to be so upset. Part of me is thinking we just fracture Taliesin just so that that fail condition isn't a problem. If she, like, RNG coin flips a dodge here, that would be extremely tragic. We don't have another dispel for zombie, though. Yeah, I think we fracture. Alright. RNG, please. Fine with that reduction. We can Basilisk Shock on zombie. We don't really have Nihilist to stall for, though, so we're pretty much just going to have to get Shock out and then start killing them ourselves. That's fine. Thrawn got Plague, that's less fine. Tempted to use Palpatine heal just to try to let Thrawn lifesteal. We're letting the time run pretty low. Alright, Shock is spread. This is a problem. Come on, buddy. All right, Thrawn. That might be a death. Whew. Yeah. That might be game. We're at full health protection. Just end. One thing I did not want to happen. 58. Alright, so unless we do some wild shit, I'm pretty sure we lose. And there it is. As was foretold. So if we lose today, I kind of don't care about how I end this fight. So I think we just try some wild shit anyway, just to see if it works. Yeah, I called it. If GG was down here, then I would have used Padme up front. I think that all the Blinder bleed up front kind of forced me to try to make that work. What's the weirdest? Nest can't counterattack with target lock. Honestly, the biggest thing that actually had me terrified was if VBA was here. I'm pretty sure banner-wise we just lose. Let's see, 300, 1422. We need like 263 attacks, so 2 people would have to solo. Well, damn. That's disappointing. We memed too close to the sun. Let's try this. I'm just curious at this point. Everybody did not even die. Wow. There shouldn't be any critical avoidance on the fields. He only provides it with health over time. Damn, Grievous just sucks right now. I hate not spending the payout stacks, but it's a solo. It's like, what the heck are you gonna do? It's just gonna keep bouncing back to him anyway. Jump down. Yeah. Alright. This might help steal him back up. Not really. I don't think this is going to get 60 banners, guys. Team worked. Actually, you know what? 61 isn't awful. But it's not great. Why did the music stop? The music stopped because this just got depressing. Hell yeah. Alright, let's just practice this. I'm pretty sure Shakti is just about to get dunked, but... Let's see. If we call Shakti, she'll... I didn't even check this Magna Guard has tenacity or not. I'm gonna assume he doesn't. If he has tenacity, this is a waste. But, okay, it doesn't. Do you even do anything? You can dispel him. No Padme assist, that's kind of a waste. Well, let's just get damage. think Jordika's gonna go before Padme does. Should be fine. If we kill B2 now, she's just instantly gonna get dunked on. Let's find out. I don't know. There's a good blender. Actually, I think using that retribution was a really bad idea. This doesn't heal. Yeah. Does this even? It's just a dispel for non-clones. Holy shit. That stun was actually really, really merciful. Courage, courage. Nope, nope. Just get the stun. I'm pretty sure if we use that there, this is just gonna make him start marking. We just need to time a protection bump. Whew. Shakti doesn't have courage. I'm pretty sure she can basic Jordika not kill, so that mark is okay. Watch her actually kill. Nope. Everybody dies. Close enough. Not ideal. Alright. Well, that's my official first loss. Congrats to MSMU on being the one thing I didn't want to fight before the end of this week. I think we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this. I don't know. I'm actually gonna go back and watch the stream. The first half of this was insanely clean. I don't know if I just need to try to like relic up my Sith Empire to just be able to close it out before they start attacking back, but I think the 5-man ferocity thing, like we got basically 2 turns of peace to do whatever and not get attacked. HK speed being low, I think that ballpark was okay. I think him going after Malik and Revan's second turn is too slow though. Also, I think this team having Sith Trooper, if this was Marauder, I think this would be a very... That actually probably would have been even messier. If this was Rey, we would have been +8, so that's 39. This, I think, would have been a mess regardless. I was going in planning to use that team. So how could this have been different? I think if we had Commander Luke back here, we probably could have 3-manned. Maybe? I don't think Zalbar had tenacity. That's pretty much the stream. I just want to analyze what I could have done better. He had 100% with Karthli, right? Just 70%, so that would have been fine. Yeah. I don't even think the big picture mattered. I think if I just played slightly differently, the one banner here didn't actually end up mattering, but that was sloppy. I'm trying to think about this. Padme could maybe have 4-man that. Trying to think. If we had Luke in a better spot, spend Luke here. We can use Jedi Knight Revan here. That's more banners against Grievous. Easy. Padme gets freed up here. I still think Padme could have 60'd that. I'd have to go back and check Mother Talzin's actual damage numbers. I'd have clocked at about 32 to 34k. Yeah, I think it doesn't mean jack shit for the season, but I think take away all the lessons from this week, throw the bad stuff out, get some fundamentals back in like Rey and Imperial Troopers. I think I should be pretty much bulletproof. General Skywalker's coming on the 11th, which I'm pretty sure is after week 2 lock, but I am pretty much ready. I just need to upgrade some GR ships. So let's think this through. I've been pretty excited about Nest, but Padme wasn't actually posted here, so she wouldn't really have added anything today. If I can start sniping some high tenacity secondaries, then maybe. Nah, there's... So here's my biggest problem. I would love to try to nest Jedi Knight Revan, but he's getting 100% from Basila. It's insane. Force Bond gives 70%. Battle Meditation is 50 times 2 for Jedi, so... Defense-wise, the biggest thing I'm trying to decide right now is Watt. I don't think we used Watt today, right? Could we have used Watt? That GG Watt team actually didn't work that badly. I wonder what might have been different if we used GG Watt here. If we used GG Watt here and pushed... Nah, but Spirit. The Spirit stun would have been undispellable. Maybe that's okay, though. All he has to do is get chunked low enough. But he can't dispel under Plague. I don't know. I might just do this off stream, but I'd like to figure out. So the thing that I tried to plan for is if this was Padme. Luke up here against Revan, which needs to be reclocked. DR Mirror. Messier than I'd like. I think I might just be able to relic them up to make up the difference. This should have been JTR. Kira Nest against Padme. EPBSF against Grievous, easy 60. What will we use against the Night Sisters? Troopers are good, but I hate the RNG. It's usually clean 60, especially against Talzin lead, but I don't know if I would trust that. Not with the coin flips. Well, we got 3 weeks to think shit over. I'll probably still keep streaming and just try to practice anyway, but I think... Are we kicked down a bracket from losing? 23, 12, 28, or that. It's made 230, so it would be 8. 85, 87... that wouldn't be unlocked. Yeah. I think we're still technically in the bracket, so I don't think we'll get easier opponents, but just... We're still 366? Why? What? What are you people doing? Oh, it's Rosie Mandius. Alright. Plenty of stuff to think over. Just flew way too close to the sun this week. Moral of the story is don't go too top heavy. I think finding the right balance is going to be planning for top 6, but still keeping options open. Also, I've been thinking about Geonotions. Like, if, let's say, G13 him, G13 him, I think Geo should be a pretty consistent 60 against Night Sisters. Maybe? Man, R7 Talisman just was such a big curveball, though. That was pretty cool. Django, man. So the only reason why this went to 52, when this went south, I had Boba dead and Bosk dead. But Django Basic just completely trashed one of my characters with Dengar or calling him to assist. Just, good god. And that's without Django lead, so that's without that bonus offense. Alright, I can talk in circles forever, but that should be the stream. I was thinking Anakin kit might drop today, but it seems like it might just be tomorrow instead. But anyway, when General Skywalker kit reveal does happen, I'm actually pretty excited about this. This is something I've wanted to do for ages and ages and ages. I'm gonna pop up a stream. All of you are welcome to join, because I want as many people thinking about this as possible. We're just gonna do a let's theorycraft the living daylights out of General Skywalker, because we've had people reading out his kit reveal on videos forever, but that was never really what interested me. What I wanted to see is, we know what he does, let's figure out what we can do with it. Like, who's he gonna be good with? Because we've been talking about this in some chats. I've got some pretty big questions here. The big thing, if you're not aware, is they gave Ahsoka 501st. But this special is hard written to be with Kenobi and Anakin. So unless she's getting a rework, let's say I'm skeptical that she's going to be the optimal 5th. Some of the, has to be Jedi Knight Anakin. So unless they just rewrite all this for General Skywalker, they gave her this, which is that kind of helps. You've got 50% health recovery with, I think she had 50% health steal somewhere. I think that's just baked in. 35. It's weird. Things don't make sense for General Skywalker. I'm super excited for him. I'm pretty much ready for his event, but I have some questions. I really, really, really want to see that kit reveal. Alright. That's the stream. That was a bummer, but also cool. It's always fun discovering new stuff, and also figuring out what does and doesn't work. Alright, peace out, chat.